Hello everybody to the JXRC Stuff channel, and we're back with, hopefully, touch all of the wood in the world. One of the last maybe 2 videos on the mini Drak, if nothing else happens to break. I'm just expecting the flight controller to set on fire next. The last episode we replaced the speed controller, we did some wiring, we've refitted the flight controller, we've redone the wiring to the flight controller as well. A quite an auspicious day, we got rid of the box. I actually got rid of the box from Mini Drak quite a while ago, but this was living in the box that the White Shark came in, build on the channel. And these was essentially the 2 big bits left, the prop and the canopy. I do have, ironically also, from the White Shark, this little box of bits. So, heat shrink, some pins, some high-tech stickers I will put on, because it does have high-tech servos. Random cables, a rush of PV. PWM alarm, and also in here these things which aren't 100% because you can see there's no, I'm going to go macro, no infill there, which is a bit weird, but I've bought these, well not bought these, I have had these printed so that we can basically have that. I'm going to try and remove some of this tape, but you can see why I'm doing it, to stop these getting bent in if you ever cartwheels, and also because this tape is terrible. So this goes on like that. It's super flexible because it is very, very thin, but it's still, fairly strong. Glue that on with some goop glue, and away we go. Need to make sure we cut away the covering in order to allow this to glue, because if we just glue it to the shiny stuff, they'll come straight off. Because that's kind of final touches as well as balancing and putting on the prop. What we need to do today is we need to carry on trying to desperately program iNav. So to begin with, I'm going to recalibrate this board now it's been moved, just to make sure it's as level as it was, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the videos from what's his face, Playlist 360. So we get the laptop set up, I'll do the calibration, and we'll see where we go from there. Back in a moment. Well, that's a very good noise. I flashed the board with the latest release candidate of iNav 6. Hopefully they say it's the last one, so maybe I can flash it before we go and fly it. But usually, if it's the last release candidate, there isn't that much that changes between release candidate, the last release candidate, and the release. That's the whole point of them. Sometimes it is literally just a name change and 2 or 3 final bugs. So yes, the fact that this has made noise and is not red hot is very good news. What we need to, they're working. It's even all working the right way, or what I think is possibly sensible amounts to start with. So, what about the throttle? No. Okay. So in that case then, let's have a look in outputs, is it? I don't even know where it'd be. Oh, I apologise for the flashiness when we look at any of the reflective stuff. Ports, outputs, there we are. So if I turn on motor test, well, that was quite funny. I managed to rip off the masking tape. I think it may have been slightly stuck on both the bell and the outer bit, and the torque fully ripped that off. So that was fun. There's some power there, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the nut and the washer off. I can see them possibly coming loose and flying off. Okay, so first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to unplug it, and we're going to program our speed controller. So with that still ticked and everything, because the flight controller will still be powered, I'm going to set that up to 100%, plug it in. I've shut it off now. I may have fucked this up. Okay. Okay, it's got the brake on, which I quite like the idea of actually, but I need to learn how to do the thing that I'm thinking about that I've forgotten the name of, the throttle range. I think I've thrown it away, and it was last week, so it's probably in the bin and gone forever. Unless it's in that bag. No, that's something else. Oh. I have made a mistake. I have to look it up. They're going to be quite easy to find. I'll look it up, and we'll run the flappy up and downs to make sure that the motor's right. So if we look at it at the minute, it doesn't start moving until about 22%-ish. So let me get the instructions and we'll try that again. Okay, so when it does the first beep beep, I then have to throttle it down. And then there should be some more beeps. So I waited too long. Some of them you have to wait longer, some of them you don't. So I'll let you listen to the beeps. I've been struggling for time and space and the space-time continuum. So throttle all the way up in iNav. Those two beeps. I've now throttled down. It's giving me the 4 beeps for the 4 cells, and then 1 beep means brake, 2 beeps mean no brake. So now, if I listen out for the motor, oh, it's about like 2%. That's great. Okay, so that's good. The next question is the motor spinning the right way? Okay, so it's spinning that way. Sounds possibly a little bit ropey. So the prop, I maybe should have checked this before, because of course that's going the wrong way. Yeah, that's going that way. So as I say, the motor was going that way, and based off that prop it needs to go the other way. So I get to untie wrap this and swap 2 wires. Bear me a moment. Okay, so I've swapped the red and the black wire, and it's slightly hard to tell, but it's now going that way. So the prop going that way will be right. This is an APC 7B5E. I should probably turn off that motor. But there we are. That is the prop that I've got for it. It's fairly sturdy, so fingers crossed when it's at high RPM won't have any issues. It does come with various different spaces in the packet, and I have got various different, I mean these are the simple ones, made out a couple of bits of carbon fibre prop balancers, so we'll balance that, and I just scrape the back edge, so the sharp edge if you like, the trailing edge, I just scrape that with a knife to lighten it if whichever side is heavy. So that's that done. So I'm happy with the motors, I'm happy with the servos, and I love the sound of quality servos like that. There's just, I mean, I'll let you have a bit of a ASMR close-up of them. But yeah, so now I'm going to tie wrap that back up before I forget, and a wire wrap around this motor and we break it, because that's just the way this plane's been. And we'll do more iNavy stuff. Just to remind you, we are on episode 4, about halfway through of the iNav tutorial. So yeah, super happy with how this is going so far. I'm touching all the wood in the world and nothing else goes wrong. Let's get that re-tie wrapped and do whatever's next to do. Okay, so I've worked on getting the cameras sorted. They are now both working. I have cut a little slit in here so we can get to the button for that. I need to tidy up the wires. Need to make sure the battery fits, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go through the end of the video. We're on 6 or 7, the final tweaks. So we'll go through that. We'll also make sure I've set the power levels and stuff. So it's going to run quite cool for the first few flights, just to make sure it's alright. It's on green because it's on the lowest power, because I haven't armed it yet. If I arm it, it goes red because it's on a different power level. And then, but it's just for the first one. So now it's on high. So I have to remember, now, unplug it. And I'll plug it back in. And the other thing that I've done, So I did have FPV on here, which is on-screen display on and off. I've now got on-screen display on normal camera.
FPV off.
So
FPV on.
So that is normal camera and FPV.
FPV off.
Normal camera and FPV off. And that one's going to be HD. I don't know how I'm going to tell the radio to say it's HD, but we'll sort it out. So I'll do that now, and then we'll carry on, as I say, with the rest of that. Okay, and with that, I believe all the iNav stuff is done. So all the cameras are working, everything's working the right way or stabilised. I need to double check the modes. I'll add that to the list of stuff I have to do.
FPV off. FPV on.
Is this running out of battery? Is that what's happening? I don't know what's going on with these goggles. Why are they beeping at me? I used to think it's on A7 for some reason. Unless I've done something wrong in configuration. Should be A8, mate. This is why the auto stuff does annoy me sometimes. Yeah, it thinks that A7 is the best for some reason. Let me try this off and start again. Don't know what's going on. Sounds like my flight controller's died. That's the way things have been going. Right, let's try. A8. There we are. Okay, so everything's sort of working. So with that, what have we got left to do? So we've got the prop to do. We've got to balance the model. I probably need 10 or 20 grams in the front. So apologies for the fact you're just looking at Velcro, but there we are. We also need the camera wire sorted out. End tips that I showed at the beginning of the video. The canopy lip, which is this thing to go down here somewhere. I also want to tape up these other hatches and double check modes. So yeah, we're nearly there. Thank you for watching. Is this low voltage? Yes. Okay. That's something I've learned. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, click the like button. Remember to subscribe. Comment any questions or feedback or anything down below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.